Urban Meyer won't call Michigan State a rival. Only one team up north fits into that category. Rivals? Maybe not yet. But which Michigan team keeps the Ohio State coach up more at night? It's the same one that bumped the Buckeyes from the national championship picture in the Big Ten title game a year ago. In what arguably would be Meyer's signature win at Ohio State, freshman J.T. Barrett turned in a monster game, hooking up with Michael Thomas on a quick strike, and from here on out, it was a sprint 79 yards to the house, a 21-21 game between two one-loss teams in the hunt for the playoff. Barrett ran for 2 scores, threw for 3 more to go with 300 yards in the air, a strike to Devin Smith, 28-21 at halftime. Ezekiel Elliott, how about 154 on the ground with 2 scores, a 49-37 big-time victory for the Bucks in East Lansing. Kentucky could beat a ranked team for the first time since 2010 and become bowl eligible with a win over Georgia. But the Bulldogs opened up a big old can of you-know-what in Lexington. Boom Williams ran 56 yards to pay dirt to try and catch up from falling behind 21-0 to the Dogs. But how thorough was the beatdown? Georgia didn't punt all day, was 8 of 8 on third down, 560 yards of offense, and Isaiah McKenzie ran back not 1 but 2 kicks, a 63-31 blowout on Senior Day.
When I say I'm embarrassed, you know, and we didn't play good, and I'll sit here and accept that, and that it is what it is. But that's the truth. We're a 500 football team with 2 big games left.
The Moeller football program hopes that not just bad things happen in threes. The goal for the men of Mo is 3 straight state championships. The Crusaders have also lost 3 games this year to nobody in their region, but an identical scenario to a 3-loss season in 2012 that turned out pretty well, the first of back-to-back state titles. 11-seed Miamisburg struck first on Big Mo. Chris Young tried the left side, strong running into the end zone, 7-0 Vikings. The Crusaders answered with a nice ground game of their own. Check out the open field spin from Demetrius Yet, all while absorbing contact on the second level. He got hurt later in the drive, but Matt Crable called his own number 12 in the huddle. 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground, 28-7. A good night for Mo. Pickerington Central is up next week. St. X looked every bit like the number 2 seed in the region at home against Grove City. The Bombers on 4th and 12, already up 30-0. A nice pass play from Matt Whitrock to Tyrone McFarland. The measurement good enough to move the sticks, and it wouldn't be November in Cincinnati without St. X and Coleraine in the playoffs. McFarland ran for 3 touchdowns. X hung 50 to lock up that meeting. Doug Ramsey brought the 12-seed Elder Panthers north on 75 for a meeting with Huber Heights Wayne. You know, he's a coach, but he's a dad first, and a proud papa when young Peyton Ramsey, his son, turned in a beautiful run down the left sideline with a blocker in front, 79 yards to the house. A big play for Purple Nation. Huber Heights Wayne was all about the big plays. This is Demetric Trice hitting on a big strike through the Elder secondary. And Wayne did a lot more than just survive and advance in a 42-13 victory. How many times do you get your NCAA tournament bracket in March and say, you know what, it's going to happen one day. A 16 is going to beat a 1. Tonight it did. Not in the dance, but a 5-5 Lakota West team that snuck into the postseason party by beating rival Lakota East made the trip north, where Mike Nugent and A.J. Hawk used to play, and took on Centerville. This, you know, is big-time football, right up the gut. Cole Gentry for West, and then you had Blake Darland, a big play right down the middle. Lakota West is going to move on. Final score in Centerville, 21-15. On the other side of the bracket, rival Lakota East led Springboro 7-0 and balled out on defense. Kendrick Glenn took Elijah Cunningham to the turf to preserve the shutout, and while driving and looking to tie, Cunningham threw the ball out the back of the end zone. It's West versus East next week, an all-Lakota battle, 7-0. Mount Notre Dame made the trip north to the Nutter Center in Dayton, and for the 8th time in school history and 3rd time in 4 years, will bring a state volleyball championship trophy back to the hallway at school. The Cougars beat Massillon Jackson 3-0. Remember the scene in Hoosiers? Gene Hackman only put 4 players out there and said, you know what? My team is out on the floor. UC coach Mick Cronin said, you know what? He'll go Norman Dale on us if he has to and go shorthanded. if his players worry more about points and playing time than the ingredients that go into winning. The Bearcats trailed by a point at halftime of their final exhibition against Fairmont State. Troy Copain and Shaq Thomas in transition. Nice jump shot. 13 points and 8 boards for Shaq. Octavius Ellis mixing it up down low. He's back in the program. UC got second looks on half of their missed shots, and Ellis was one of two UC players in double figures with 16 points and 10 boards. 71-54, UC prevailed. Also this evening, Xavier, in the only exhibition for X, beat Northwood State 102-68. Almost a week has gone by since Lauren Hill inspired us, touched us, and showed us what the human spirit is capable of on that very same floor at Cintas Center. The city keeps supporting her. She dropped the puck tonight at the Cyclones game against Wheeling. Just inside the blue line, Jeff Irwin for Cincinnati got 2 quick shots, but Cincinnati came away empty. Nice goaltending. Wheeling lit the lamp in transition. That Zach Torquato on a beautiful setup to beat the goaltender. Tyler Murovich, you know what? He's going to figure no need to pass when the best shot is your own. Wheeling was one better than the Cyclones on home ice 4-3.